Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Central Michigan Chippewas, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Chippewas will put total leather and will get started. Here's the return from inside his 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Michigan's offense will take the field first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these 2 running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have 2 guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch.
He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Wolverine! He got it loose, and it was lights out after that.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he's going to bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Chippewas offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
He'll do it himself. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. So from the shadow of his goal post, he gets the punt away. Touchdown, Michigan! Special teams coming through, the 3rd aspect of the game, delivering big time.
Well, the punter wasn't able to get a lot of leg on that one, and it gave him a chance to field it, and then he found his lane, he put his foot in the ground, and it was off to the races. A huge momentum-shifting play on special teams for that touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
They'll run play action. Got a man, it's Morrison. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. Give to the fullback. Breaks the tackle. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together.
Don't complicate things. Give it to the big fella. By the way, the fullback who blocks all the time, does all the dirty work. Hand it to him. Let him plow ahead, Palmer, and get that first down.
Are we in a time warp? Like, what year is this? Is this 1995? We're handing off to fullbacks again. That's a play that is basically extinct now in college football, but I love it because it caught the defense off guard, able to get a nice one there.
Tried to fight his way forward, but he didn't even make it back to the line of scrimmage.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown. He's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
He's going to take off. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. And the Chippewas will bring the punt team onto the field. The last time they punted, it went back for 6. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. They got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Quickly out to the tight end. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit to the location of the throw because he put it out in front of his big man. He was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Quarterback extends the play. Throws to the tight end. Finds a man by himself. They finally get to him. A lot of play there to pick up the 1st down.
What a start for this offense throwing the ball. I love how they've come out in this game and they've been aggressive. They've already scored a touchdown, and here they are taking another shot and getting a big play. If you're on defense, you've got to find a way to slow this quarterback down.
They want to throw it. Fires into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4. They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. He might want another play. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. Quick strike through the air for the score. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on third down. Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on third down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm. But you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
So here comes the Michigan offense. They could not have drawn up a better start than this, already up 21-0. Unloads to the wideout. All alone, he's got it. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
We know this defense loves to play a lot of zone coverage, so you're seeing this offense now attacking that. They're letting the receivers find the soft spots in the zones so they can advance the football.
The Wolverines have taken it inside the 20. Snagged out of the air. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up. Man, what an opening quarter for this offense. They've got it again, first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The give to the tailback. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Floretta. And he goes down right there, but a solid pickup, and it'll be a first down. The Chippewas come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. A big play for the defense with the first down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on second down. Looking to fire. And that one's incomplete.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Complete downfield. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Goes to the option. The pitch. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Wolverine. Great job by the back on the option.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
And the Chippewas with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. The problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Power football with the run. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be fourth down. The Chippewas line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He takes it at the 45, and the returner goes down. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done
intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. Gets away from one. Continues to fight for yards. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Fighting off the defender. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
That's a fantastic play by the line. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. And the Chippewas have it with a 1st and goal. Trying to slam in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And how big is that earlier sack now as they try to get it in the end zone here? Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. Looking for the end zone. And they're finally able to get him on the ground at the 1.
I know it's early, but you're down by a lot of points. You've got to go for it here on 4th down, David. I'm finding my best player offensively and giving him a shot.
And what you said is all the difference in the world. I'm already down a lot early. I got to make some things happen. This is a situation to get a touchdown. I'm going for it.
The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Leaves it with the back. Pass to sticks him still on his feet. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a 1st down. Oh, and here they go again. 1st down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. Give to the running back. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. And the Wolverines are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. He takes a chance and fires it across the field. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
How about that? His 2nd receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, but the 3's coming soon.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Liberty is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. They're trailing by just 4 to Ball State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. They let that one get away from them. They look like they are pumped up and ready to go here, David.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Chippewas with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Motion from the wide receiver. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he won't quite get there. But boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. And the Chippewas come to the line needing just inches for the first down. He'll go to the sneak. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile. But it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Now on the move. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Rides the back on the option. The give.
You got to wonder about the play call there. 3rd and long, hoping to catch the defense off guard, napping, but they weren't fooled. They made a play, got the tackle for loss. Now you've got 4th in California.
Kick is in the air. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David, and you've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I'm going to continue to...
He hurls one deep down the left side, and he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
Well, you wonder if the defense has started to figure it out finally here. In the first half, this guy has been absolutely lighting you up, and finally they get some bodies back there anticipating the QB to look his way to force an incompletion.
Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that is why this guy is a true dual-threat quarterback. You've seen him all game, hurting them with his arm, already over 200 yards passing. And how about his running ability now? And flashing that on the option play. There's a variety of ways he can take the game over.
Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Wolverines. They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
Man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. They make the tackle at the 39, but a really good job by the return team there. Central Michigan has it back. the Chippewas can do on offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe
pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Wide receiver going in motion. To the ground with the back. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down.
they have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Wolverines will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams. Play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run, so now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again here?
They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling.
And the defense brought the blitz on 3rd down, trying to see if they could rattle the quarterback, but how about the poise? He knew where his answer was. He didn't panic or freak out. He just...
Turning it on! Oh, he got loose! That defense got gassed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him, and sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man. Looking to scramble.
And he can't make the connection on his first attempt.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football, but the relentless chase, I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
Well, that DB did everything right on that deep shot. You saw the speed, you saw his ability to turn his hips, and how about getting his head around, locating the football, and then knocking it away. Couldn't have done that better.
On third down, he drops to throw. Takes a hit as he fires.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
That is such a big play for the offense. A lot of these 4th down pass plays are just designed to pick up the first. They get even more. They get an explosive play, and that has got to be huge for the offense's confidence.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Michigan! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. Kansas is getting dominated today. And, you know, the folks in Lawrence deserve better than this. No excuse ever for this kind of a clunker. They're trailing by 14 to Texas Tech. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else. Ben?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Motion from the wideout. With jet sweep pass. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll go to the ground. Breaks into the open. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
Really nice resiliency by the running back. Sometimes you just got to be able to turn the page, right? You have a tackle for loss the previous play, they give it right back to you, and you make the defense pay. Good vision, good athleticism picking up that first. Why not give it to him again?
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Chippewas now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down. After an unproductive first half and opening drive of the second half, the offense finally finding a little something to jump. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
I think this quarterback now at this point is looking over to the sideline saying, hey, can we just not throw it anymore? I mean, my guys, they can't block for me. I've got no chance back here. We need to just run the ball from this point out.
And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
I think a really big key in the arc. He was having really good rhythm and timing. Offense didn't have it there, and that's why it falls incomplete.
They'll move the wide receiver. On the move. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player. But, man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming, you really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
Using his feet to buy time. He's got the tight end. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. That's why the good Lord invented tight ends, isn't it, David? Get a good pickup on first down, open up the entire playbook.
And it just makes life so easy on quarterbacks. I mean, you got these...
He wants to take the top off. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. And the Wolverines come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Got his man downfield. Oh, a lot of space. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And how about the tight end showing off the athletic ability? Does a great job in the blocking game. Now, when you need to make a big play in the passing game, you just turn him loose, throw him the football, and he can make big plays like he did right here.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. When you're playing from behind, you can't afford to give it up the way they did the... And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Love the coverage and not giving up an inch defensively. Their 3rd down, smothering the receiver. As soon as he caught the ball, down he went. They've got this offense pinned.
Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Concentrate on one thing. Make the catch. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Field position to start this drive at their own 47. Off play action on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They're dealing with a second and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Here's a heat. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Now facing a third and long. Looking to throw. Shoots it to the left. For the third straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
The kick is on its way. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. They'll run the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little gain because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Pressure coming. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, third and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the third downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football on first and second or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
He did not make it a stone wall on third down. And the Chippewas will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He's got it near midfield. There he goes. Open it up. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on first and 10. Gonna run it. It's Singletary. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. Second down as we open the final stanza. They'll keep it on the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a third and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Rushes on him. Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
Really nice job there by the punter on that one, getting a lot of hang time and allowing the gunners to get down the field so they could play it off the bounce, down it. Nice coffin corner kick.
The Chippewas buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on first down. And he'll work his way out across the 10 to about the 12.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is... There he goes! Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Gets downhill. Get downhill and get that first down. New set of downs. Nice execution on the option by this offense.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Now on the option. They stop him in his tracks, trying to sneak that fullback loose and nothing doing.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, we're down by a lot. Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
So here comes the Michigan offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Palmer.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they...
Going downfield for the big play. Makes the grab inside the 30. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
The give to the back. Another broken tackle. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They want that clock to run. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Going to swing it on second down. Steps away to find some room. He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quarterback making adjustments. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Grabbed in the middle, it's Cole. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the fourth quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's third down. He'll pitch it. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
Punt is on its way. Makes the catch at the 45. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They unleashed an aerial assault. Last time it took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man.
Oh, he's got some space. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
With that last touchdown, looks like they're going to start this season 4-0. You've got to be impressed with what you've seen so far from this team. We knew coming in on paper this team had a chance this season, but until the lights go on, until you actually go out and do it for real, you can't believe just how good they are. They've shown now, starting 4-0 on the year, this is a team that's going to contend for a national championship.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Using his legs, it's Cantrell. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
Man, this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
Gives him the big stiff arm. They get him out of bounds at the 32, but that is what you want out of this running game. They'll leave it with him. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Leaves it with the running back. Finds a crease at the 20. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game.